choose the iPad or Microsoft. So I got asked to say a little bit about what we did at PM&C in a very short time frame using the CRM. All we basically did was use the CRM as a reporting tool, just using the out-of-the-box functionality, using the dashboards, the reports, and plugged in Power Maps. But before I go there, I just thought I'd talk about my CRM experience. Back earlier this decade, I was working on the digital switchover task force. For those of you that probably don't know, that was the moving from analog TV to digital TV. We used to go around saying very proudly, this is the biggest change management program in Australia's history, run by a government department. And a lot of it was quite successful. We started off using a SQL database with a Java front end, and then literally almost kicking and screaming, I got pushed into this new product called Microsoft Dynamics, running CRM 2011, and it ended up being one of the best things that ever happened to me. I'm not just trying to suck up to Microsoft, it's actually true. We created our own portals sitting outside the comms protected environment in the DNZ. We had contractors accessing information. They were actually uploading quotes on what their invoices would be, and we had the system actually checking what the financial data would be approved based on the work orders we'd given them. We had thousands and thousands of daily inquiries and complaints coming out from the public about why TV doesn't work. We're also running two programs at the same time called the Household Assistance Scheme, where people, if you're on a 4A pension, you get a free set-top box. And the Satellite Subsidy Scheme, if you live somewhere very remote, where you currently got a half-decent analog signal, you'd actually get a free satellite because the digital signal wasn't quite going to span as far. One of the reasons why that was such a success was actually the CRM, and from that experience I learned a lot. It was a big team that were building it. We had a lot of contractors involved. Anyone from Dialogue? Yep. Quite a few. So we worked with Dialogue in that initial program. It worked pretty well. That sort of leapfrogged me into other things within the Department of Communications in the CRM space. The next biggest program I had was My Broadband. If you're not aware, My Broadband was you basically log onto a portal. It uses Liquid to do a speed test. It records your results, and more often than not, people are making complaint about the internet connection that they had, while they were all patiently waiting for the NBN to come along, which we didn't go into that. The CRM ended up managing all those complaints and inquiries. Now, this was an example of what just one person or a very small team can do with the product. I actually built the entire back end of the CRM by myself. Other people made the pretty portal, and a few other people made the sort of web interactions that went to the CRM, but the portal workflows, the automatic emailing, stakeholder engagement was done there. And it was after that project that sort of leapt from me to where I am now. So, So, jumping forward, this is where we're at PM&C now, and the project I was referring to, myself and Brad Bastow, the Chief Technology Officer at PM&C, who also dropped in for that, take a bit of that. We met with a business area who were currently uploading data line by line from an Excel spreadsheet onto a web page. And they said, is there anything you can do? Me, being the CRM fanboy man, said, I'll just shove it all in the CRM. And I did. The biggest issue, of course, was trying to migrate the legacy data into something that the CRM recognised, pulling out the contacts, pulling out the organisations, getting everything to relate to itself. But within a week, we had a working prototype, and the business area was very, very grateful. Brad and I both scored a report and got a musket each out of it. So just to sort of touch on what else is going on, we're going to be doing so recently the rest of the cities now sits in the PM&C portfolio, so we'll be doing the cities engagement. There is another department that sits within the PM&C portfolio that will soon have all its stakeholder engagement managed out of the CRM. I've been given a week and a half to build a prototype now for that, and given that it's fairly out-of-the-box functionality, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, because of the success of the one that we did for the Indigenous Grants Program, we've also been asked to do basically the same thing for electric data. Currently, they're going through a very similar process, uploading data line by line, and what's getting reported to various ministers when they're going to electorates. We're hoping to do something very similar, where the minister today will be able to go to whichever electorate it is, just click on a view or the dashboard in the CRM, and all the information they'll need for grants and what's happening in that electorate will be there. And of course, the other big thing is a whole stakeholder engagement program for PM&C. Now, before I dive to Q&A, let me show you what we've done. So it's at this point, I've got to sort of jump on the portal a little bit. I plugged the AX portal trial into this. Don't do that. It broke it. It broke all my links. It broke all my out-of-the-box entities to Microsoft's defense. It had a big warning on it saying if you live outside North America, don't do this. I did it anyway because I thought I knew better. So what we're able to give them is actually a way to break down the data more effectively than what they had previously. As I said before, this data was just getting uploaded line by line to a website. We just gave all the states that were using this data access to our CRM. Very basic user groups. They can go in, they could actually click on the state, they can click on the details down the bottom of what the grant is, and of course, I'm sure everybody here has actually broken down the data within the dashboard so they can actually interrogate each field. They thought this was fantastic. Now, the other big win we had was using Power Maps. Has anyone else used Power Maps before? So Power Maps is a plugin that Brad was able to find online. So what you're looking at is all the Indigenous grants for Australia. Now, just by using the out-of-the-box view functionality from the CRM, we've been able to put little things in. So every grant that's over. I did test it before I came in. Yeah, about that in the end. Anyway, I've also been able to put in all the data. Oh, there we go. For the electorates as well. So giving along that last one to be able to centralise in. And then if anybody wanted the particular details on the grant, click, you get a quick snapshot. Click on the link, and then you go to your standard CRM page and check out all the details of the grant there. This was incredibly easy to set up. So if anybody's looking at an easy way to do some geospatial data, I thoroughly recommend this product. I do not have shares in Power Map.
It's only $2 per license.
So I think the main thing I was asked to sort of present is just how easy this is to use. Brad and I set this up in a week. And these were people that just uploading the data to websites that they had to do previously would have actually taken longer than it took us to actually develop this. And it, I know you don't really think CRM and you think reporting, but out of the box it is a very powerful and easy to use reporting tool.
And why this was so important is because state and territory governments would not give PM&C information about school attendance data because PM&C weren't presenting information in an accessible fashion. So our band 3s and up are very excited about presenting data to state and territory users so that we can also receive that school attendance data. That's had pretty big ramifications for what we've worked.
Obviously, there's been a few little tweaks here and there, and my experimentations with the portal I was a bit to try, but it really was just a demonstration of how you can deliver something very quickly and very easily. Has anybody got any questions?
With your CRM Online stuff, did you have any issues with the territory privacy principles, etc., putting information up there?
No, we sort of, a couple of people asked the question, but I said, is your data rated higher than unclassified DLM? And the answer was always no, so I said, that's what the whole Office 365 is CRM rated to.
It's also, the data centres here anyway, it's in Australia. So.
It is, but I noticed that somebody else recently has got an unclassified DLM rating, and I'm pretty sure they don't have any data centres in Australia. So you sort of got to trust ASD's judgment that they're doing the right thing with our data, and it's sort of what we've gone with.
So, how many environments have you end up having? You're showing us a sandbox now, and you've obviously production. Is it just a
No, this was just the sandbox, and somehow they ran with it and turned it into a production environment. That is my biggest failing on this, is that I probably could have BA and managed it a little bit better, but they just, got started with Brad and I were told, oh yeah, it'll just be 10 users, just another 10, and we've got about 50 people accessing it.
But in all fairness, we are taking this to production now, so there's a program on now to enhance it, and then there'll be a roadshow throughout the country, so I guess this year.
All the pilots, and pilot stands for production in lieu of testing.
When people ask me what project methodology I use, I always say I use the KISS method, just to get it off the running as quickly as possible.
Yeah, well, if you're able to turn that around in a week and show the execs, then that's your best results.
It is, and then the feedback we were getting from associate secretaries from it was very, very positive. At the same time, PM&C with DSS were running an NAIDOC grants program, and another sort of business area that's across from it sort of asked them for a bit of assistance, but I went to sort of correct what they were doing. They got in contact with Brad, and Brad sort of took me along and said, well, I'm talking this area, and watch this. And away we went.
Obviously with this one, IAG, a lot of regional areas which traditionally some of the geospatial stuff isn't that great. Have you had to do any sort of enhancements with that?
I want to say yes, but I've totally trusted DSS on this. So all the electric boundaries that we have are purely based on DSS, and probably a lot of it is out of date. They're not refreshing the data, especially when it's legacy data very often. But we're still presenting exactly what we've been presented before, just easier to access for people.
Okay. So they're provided with the longitude and latitudes? Or
No, PowerMaps is actually working out the longitude and latitudes, but they're working out the electric boundaries. So I don't think that's something we can integrate in PowerMaps yet, but there is an Esri plugin. I'm actually about to get a resource that's done a lot of stuff with Esri in the past, and we're going to have him delve right into it, because if we can actually put our own electric boundaries over the top of the mapping, that will be a very powerful tool, especially when you're looking at reporting data.
We've got a few government clients using the Esri stuff. Just it's not officially supported by Esri anymore. So there might be a roadmap for it, but and very, very powerful.
Unless Microsoft can sort of add small functionality within maps with its plugin to the CRM.
Power BI, did you mention You've got a Power BI dashboard, which will then display that. Also part of our field service, acquisition of Field 1, it automatically does geocoding as well for any records which are going in there. So a combination of the geocoding capabilities and Power BI overlaying onto CRM data in combination with now part of the update 1 for CRM being able to embed Power BI tiles within the CRM dashboard. All those things combined means that you can sort of do similar sort of capabilities within just using Microsoft technology.
Just got a question, based on the G coding, what data set are they using GNAF? Do you know what, when you're saying G codes, do you know what they're using, I guess, as opposed to sort of what we're doing with the government?
I'm not too sure, so to find out.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I was just wondering, how do you provision and manage your state users? Like, you just leave them on Microsoft.com account?
Yes.
So essentially all we give them is in-cloud identity only, all they have access to, they don't get an E3 licensing, ship online license only, and from there, there's a link to that for
And in some cases, we've been very kind in giving them a service as well, just in case their environment isn't easily accessible on 365. Blending.
Any other questions, Bill? Thanks for that. I think, hopefully that sort of just gives credence to the fact that, you know, Dynamics doesn't have to be this huge, complicated sort of environment. You can get things up and running within a week, providing great business value, nice, easy to use, and some good insights into the data, which Dynamics is
I guess the other thing I should touch on, we did sort of show them the whole stakeholder engagement, what the CRM was actually built for, and a lot of the senior execs went, that's fantastic, but they still never even picked up that side.
Cool walk one. Thank you very much.